let's say it's time for a microalbumin. And let's say that's finished. That's it for our labs. Schedule them because of the hypertension to come back in 1 month. Save it. And now our note is really done. The history is in there. The exam is in there. The assessment is in there. And what is our plan? Our plan is to do the labs, refill the medicines, and have them come back. All that is listed here. There's no need on this particular patient to go into the freeform plan and type any kind of conversational type plan, because it's already in the computer. That would just be redundant. So we're ready to bill the visit. Patient's an established patient. We got a level 4 because of the review systems and social history type stuff that we made sure to include when we were doing the history, and also because we have one uncontrolled problem and a couple of chronic stable problems. Bill it under hypertension since it was uncontrolled today. Bill it under Dr. Alexander. Save. And then we'll save our document. At this point I would send it to Dr. Alexander if it was a real note. Then we sign it and we're done. So again, the point of this particular vignette was to show just how simple and quick a note can go if you have taken the time on patients with chronic issues to fill in their trees, so that on the next go round when they come back you can just kind of click through really quickly and have that note done really quickly and really simply. Thanks. This is the remote desktop portion of the Medinformatix tutorial. In this lesson we'll learn how to connect to Medinformatix from home so you can do your notes and check your charts and such while not at the clinic. This lesson will involve using an XP computer, or a computer with Windows XP. I've been told it works for a Vista machine, and I've even been told that you can get a software package that can make it work on a Mac, but we won't go into those today. We're going to talk about doing it on a Windows XP machine. So you'll go to Start, All Programs, and then Accessories, go down to Communications, and select Remote Desktop Connection. Now the main thing that you need to type in order to make this work is the address to the server. I've typed that in on this machine before, so I can just select it, cchs-ts1.ua-net.ua.edu. Now you could click Connect here, and it'll ask you for a username and password. This username is wrong. You'll need to enter in your username that you would use to log in to check your CCHS email, and then the same password, and that'll get you where you need to be. Now I'm going to go ahead and close this out and show you some things that you can do to save from having to type in that username and password every time, and also to save you from having to go to the Start and All Programs, Accessories, Communications, and Remote Desktop Connection as well. So this time, instead of clicking Connect, we're going to click Options, and we're going to go ahead and save our username and password like that, and we're going to click, instead of Connect, we're going to click Save As. Click on Desktop, and then don't name it Default, name it Medinformatix so you recognize it. Leave this Save As Type Remote Desktop Files the way it is, then click Save. Now let's close this out. Now you got a nice little Medinformatix icon on your desktop on your home computer. Double click it. It doesn't ask you for your username and password because it's already saved in there, and there you go. From here you'll find the new virtual desktop from the server that will allow you to click on the Medinformatix icon that you're used to clicking on and access the system the way you would if you were sitting at one of the clinic computers. Now that just about ends the lesson, but I want to go into one more thing that's really helpful for residents, and that is UpToDate. If you don't already know, UpToDate is a resource that you can use online that will provide information when you want to look up something clinically. Most people know what it is, but what they don't know is that they can access it from home through our CCHS license. Now, our license is IP address based and not username and password based, which basically means that UpToDate can tell whether you're logging on from a clinic computer on the campus versus your home computer, so it doesn't ever ask you for a username and password. That's great if you're on campus, but if you're at home, it means you can't access it except through this remote desktop connection, because when you bring up your uh, remote desktop, virtual desktop, and open up Internet Explorer, any internet request to any website is going to look to that website as though it's coming from the UA campus, and so to UpToDate, it looks like you're logging onto their site from UA campus. And so I always, instead of going to uptodate.com, I go to UTDOL, uptodateonline.com, because it skips the intro login page, and then you just click accept and you're on UpToDate. Search for whatever you want. You can't do that from your Internet Explorer browser at home without doing it from within the remote desktop connection, or else it'll give you a login message like this, and it'll ask you to log in. So use the remote desktop connection to access the Medinformatix system and do your notes from home, or check on your charts from home.